What's up, guys? It's Joshua from joshuajsprague.com. Welcome to another episode of JJS TV. I'm super pumped about today's episode because I had the opportunity to speak with Pat Flynn from Smart Passive Income. Now, if you haven't heard of Pat, you are missing out, and I am super excited to be able to introduce you to him because he is so awesome. Now, Pat and I were talking about productivity, and it's one of the things that I'm interviewing different people on for my new book, which I'll tell you about soon. But Pat and I got to talking about how you start to manage all of the multiple projects that you've got going on. Because you know how it is. I mean, you're an entrepreneur or you've got your own business going on, and you've got like 3, 4, 5 different projects that you're trying to complete at the same time. But it just seems like it doesn't work. You kind of make a little bit of headway on each one, but it takes 3, 4, 5 times as long to get those things done as it should because you're working on all of them at different times. Well, Pat shared with me this super cool and easy to implement strategy that'll help you get all of those things ticked off easily and effectively. So we're going to jump over to a snippet of the interview and check that out. And go ahead and make sure and check out Pat's website over at smartpassiveincome.com. Seriously, one of the best websites on the internet. And Pat is one of the most genuine, awesome people that you'll ever meet. So jump in over here. He's also got a new book called Let Go, which I bought recently, and I really recommend you pick that up. I'll have that all linked up below. But let's go and talk with Pat real quick about how we can get the stuff done that we need to get done.
And so that's really important too. Another thing that I know a number of other entrepreneurs struggle with is on the sort of entrepreneurial bug where we get so many ideas and we're working on so many things at the same time. That's something that initially I really struggled with because I was just that energetic and so stoked about being on my own that I wanted to try everything. And what happened as a result is a lot of the stuff that I tried all at the same time failed. I've started other blogs, I've started new software projects and new iPhone apps, and they've all kind of sort of dissipated because I wasn't focusing on them one at a time. And even though I do have my foot in many different pools, I'm swimming in each pool one at a time. I'm not trying to swim in all the pools at the same time. So I will focus on one thing at a time, typically one large thing. Right now, for instance, it's the launch of my book, and that's my big project that I'm working on. That takes top priority. And once I'm done with those tasks that I can do at that particular moment, then I'll move on to the second priority or keep going down the line that way, but making sure that I always get what I need done first in that first top tier priority item. I heard a really cool example once about the power of actually working on things one at a time. I can't remember where I heard it from. You might have heard of this before or know where it stems from, but it's really cool. So if you imagine, I don't know, maybe I could show you on a piece of paper.
Yeah, cool.
Hold on, let me get a pencil. Okay, so if you imagine, just hypothetically speaking, that a project might take 3 weeks to complete.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm actually going to draw 9 boxes here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I'll do one down here too for scenario B. Sorry, can you see that?
Getting all fancy with me, man. Yeah, I can see it all.
5, 6,
I think you're missing one.
Tiny one at the end. So let's say you want to do 3 projects: Project A, Project B, and Project C.
Okay.
And you're an entrepreneur. You want to do them all like at the same time. So let's say you do like 1 week you work on A, and the next week you work on B, and the next week you work on C. And so a project is finished after 3 weeks. So let's say you do A in week 1, B, C. So at this time you have a third of each project done. Now let's do that again: A, B, C, and then A, B, C. So by the end of week 9, that's when you have all 3 projects done.
Okay, so each box is a week? That's what you're saying?
Each box is a week, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So at the end of week 9, I have all 3 projects done because each one was done.
Because you're just focused on that one for 1 week at a time. And then you move
Right. So this is like your mind if you focus on a lot of things at the same time. Yeah. But if you focus on one thing at the same time and just get it done before moving on, let's do week 1 for A, week 2 for A, and week 3 for A. Well, you just finished a project at this moment in time already. So you already have one project completed, and then you can finish B, B. You finish that second project. In the first scenario, you don't have anything at this point,
right?
Or anything at this point. And a project that's even a project that's 90% done to you is 0% done to whoever it's for.
Right.
So it's really important to complete those projects before moving on, and then obviously C. So
I like
that's
that.
Yeah,
that's really helpful. Actually, I should try and implement that.
Cool.
Because I definitely fall into the ABC.
Yeah, right. But you can get so much more done, or and probably get it done faster too. Because if you imagine, maybe it took 3 weeks to do it. If you were spacing them out once every 3 weeks, you worked on that project. If you worked on it all at once, you'd probably be more focused. You'd probably be able to get it done in maybe 2 weeks. I don't know, but that's something that kind of I've learned recently. I learned that in the mastermind group. So again, I don't know who to credit it to, but you could probably work something in there similar. Maybe not with boxes, but
Now, I don't know about you, but that was super helpful for me because I tend to be kind of person who in the past had worked on multiple projects all at the same time instead of focusing and working on one thing at a time. And how powerful is that you can tick all of those things off, those things that seem so huge, and do it in a smaller time frame. So anyway, make sure you go over and check out Pat's website at smartpassiveincome.com. It is an awesome blog. He's got a great podcast. And also check out his brand new book called Let Go. It's a cool book about Pat's story, how he went from an architect who got fired and then figured this whole online business and information marketing thing out. It's very, very inspiring and a fantastic read, and I think it's only like $2.99 to buy it online. So dirt cheap. And if you want to be kept in the loop about my book that I've got coming up, the book is all about productivity secrets from the top information marketers out there, and it's designed to help information marketers and home-based entrepreneurs really up their game in terms of productivity. Learn what the top performers are doing so you can utilize and implement these strategies just like this. There's so much more that's going to be in that book and being shared with you. And if you want to get on the VIP list for it, I would love that. So just head on over to joshuajsprague.com/book and you can get signed up to be notified first when that happens. So guys, look forward to speaking with you again soon. Make sure and go implement the strategies that Pat had just taught you and keep rocking it. And we'll talk to you guys soon.